On BBC Radio Somerset. It's 20 to 5. It's Charlie here with you through till 6 o'clock on this programme, 7 o'clock if you include the last hour of Connected, which we'll do today. It's the very last show, so don't miss that on the way. We'll do the pub quiz and verse reverse all between 6 and 7. Last ever time you'll hear those two features. We've got Johnny Hates Jazz on the way next, but before we get there, a soft ball designed to support mental health by personifying breath has been invented by a computer science student at the University of Bath. Alex Farrell is currently studying in the Department of Computer Science and has developed the device that is aimed to help improve mental health and people's breathing regulation. Well, he joins me now and can tell us a bit more about this. Alex, afternoon. Sounds really interesting, this. Could you describe it for us? What is it and how does it work?
Yeah, no problem, Charlie. So imagine a ball that you hold in your hand. It's very much similar to a football. But this one you can squeeze, you can poke, you can do a number of things with it. And this is synced to your breathing. So as you inhale and exhale, the ball will shrink and increase. And it's really, really powerful because when you're using this device, it's something that you're not really familiar with, where you don't normally interact with your breathing. And so it allows you to be more attentive, be more aware of your own self by having these internal sensations sort of extricated. And it's phenomenal, the effect that people have when they're actually interacting with it. You know, people expressions, the way they're doing it. It's really, really nice.
So what do you think is behind it then? You said there about sort of noticing your own breathing. Is that what it is, really? It's sort of connecting to yourself through the ball?
Yeah, exactly. So it operates through something called like biofeedback, which basically means it represents your own internal physiological measures in the object. And by having this sort of be more aware of it, you can really sort of understand the actual activity and the task. So if we take something very simple like breathing, okay, which is a lot of the technology is fundamentally on, just being more aware of your breath by holding it and feeling it and noticing it, giving you time to pause and reflect on something that's tangible, not just in your head, but physically in a real space. This process really allows you to open the gateway to improve accessibility to a lot of these mental health interventions. I don't know if you ever tried any sort of digital apps that sort of have any mindfulness or other sort of elements on. But what this really allows you to do is connect and improve and enhance these types of interventions.
Okay, wow. So what is it made out of? And how did you come to make it? Did you sort of have an idea first and then build it? Or were you playing around with other things and this kind of started happening?
I mean, it's a long story, but it started out as just an idea very much when I started my PhD. I was having to explore different avenues and I settled on this point. And then it sort of went through several iterations, and even my family got involved. So my dad was helping me with some electronics, my partner and my wife, really. She was helping me sort of fabricate some of the different sizes of the actual outside shell. And what it is just almost this cotton cover with sort of this membrane inlay. And it's there to simulate almost the lung, where as you sort of inhale, actually the pliability. So as you sort of poke it, the pressure increases. So if you imagine a tire, it gets harder, the bit more pressure inside. And that's how it works. And so, yeah, it works really, really nicely. But yeah, it's a great little story.
So what's the future for this then? I guess it's got quite a lot of uses around the world. Mindfulness is a very important thing as we live very stressful lives at the moment, and tackling mental health issues too. There's a lot of positives there. So what's the future from this point?
There's a whole load of avenues. So at the University of Bath, we're working with experts, working with the public, with users, to really sort of understand how this can sit with the actual National Health Services, as well as just home use. And we really want this to be sort of a tool in which a number of users could interact with. So, for instance, again, we use mindfulness as a concept, but it's not a be or end all. We could have it in a talking therapy, using it in that interaction to teach and train you to be sort of more present, more mindful, almost skill development for your own emotional regulation. So it really can sort of train and teach you to be more aware of these things. And we could also use it in emergency services and stuff like that. So it has a wide range of sort of avenues. And if you speak to a number of sort of professionals that we're doing now, like we really can see this type of technology being situated everywhere because it's a tool in which can be customized, similar to a smartphone, but it's physical and real.
Wow, it sounds great. Best of luck with the future of it, and I guess it's got global appeal as well, which is fantastic too. Something which can help people, a simple to use thing that can help people all around the world.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's one of the biggest issues that we have with digital interventions now is that sometimes, cultural issues get in the way, or there's different sort of associations between genders. But just having a ball that is you, it really sort of just allows you to connect with yourself and overcome some of these boundaries.
Wow, fantastic stuff, Alex. Great to speak to you today. Thank you, Alex Farrell there, who is from at the University of Bath. He's a PhD student there, talking about this ball he's created that aims to improve mental health and to sort of connect to ourselves and so that tangible thing that we can then zone into. Great to speak to Alex today on the programme. You can find out more on the University of Bath's website. Actually, if you fancy reading a bit more about the studies behind it, head on there. Just after 4:45 now.